Well, who have we here?
He made it.
Ended right on time. I was like, oh yes,
Wow, wow, wow. Welcome to A
a
View
view
from
from
the
the slip.
Rolling. Yes. Come on, Jay. Come on. Okay. All right. Okay.
You know, I'm a little low.
Oh, he put that in there.
I'm a little low in libations on tonight
Okay.
due to class.
Okay. You ain't
So
got to share tonight.
okay,
Okay.
so I'm a little low on libations. I'm trying to make this stretch.
Make that last. Yeah. Make that last.
Make that thing do what it do.
But we got a lot
I
to
look,
talk about, so you might drink it all. Just depending on how hard it get up in
I
here.
look a mess
You
tonight.
look all right,
Oh
darling. You look
no, I ain't
fine,
getting a chance
darling.
to freshen up. You
Hey,
know.
Listen.
Lisa.
Hey
Hey,
Melissa,
Melissa.
there go our girl, baby.
There you go. She
Hey,
said, "That's our
put the
girl."
link so Melissa can join us. Send,
Is
send
Melissa,
she?
Melissa the
stay
link
ready.
if you want to
Is,
join us.
is
I
she
know I put it in
ready?
the chat on my
Okay. Let's see.
post.
Let me copy
But if
it.
you all want to join the conversation, we are inviting you to join us
Ooh,
live
that's a
in the
lot, but I guess
studio.
it'll work.
So just click the link below. Be
Click
sure
the
to
link.
post comments and
Click the link.
questions below.
The link.
How y'all doing
Jay,
today?
you get,
I can't
we're
complain.
fabulous, darling. We're doing fabulous. Jay, where you fan? Where you fan?
I
That
haven't had time to do anything. Like I was
Oh, wait a
rushing.
minute.
Like,
Okay, well, I was feeling fabulous, but he left the fan, so I'm a little off, but I'm gonna be all right.
listen, I almost want to say, give me just a second. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
You gotta come 110.
I'm the
You
same
gotta
way,
come
Jay. Like
correct.
I just made it in a space where I can actually do the show. Was trying to shower and get myself together.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but we
Hey,
here.
we multitask, we make it work.
We make it do what it do.
We get it in. We get it in. I'm glad to see y'all's faces on this beautiful Tuesday.
I know, right? I know, right? So you want
Glad.
to tell us your Black History fact? Do you have a Black History fact today?
Ooh. The only Black history fact I have is God made me black, and I'm proud of that, and that's all I got.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
a fact.
That's facts, baby.
That is
Big
a
fact.
fact. That I'm a black girl, and I'm a black girl, I'm a black girl, and I'm gonna do my thing. That's what I got.
So I guess I posted this a couple of weeks ago that I wanted to share
Mhm.
about let me see if I can find it. I probably have nope, I got it. About the Electoral College. Most
Oh
people
my my.
don't know what the Electoral College means, what's the purpose of it, and how does it work.
Right.
So, the Electoral College is the way the president is elected, and the candidate must receive 270 um, votes, electoral votes out of the 538. But
Mhm.
why did this happen? So this occurred because um, the South has so many populations of slaves that they didn't want to count them as people. So that's where the clause, the 3/5 of a person, came from the 3/5 compromise. So the North and the South agreed to make a compromise and say that they could count their slaves as 3/5 of a person. So it really kind of make me feel a certain type of way, even to explain this, to say this. So
Mhm.
basically, every 5 slaves would be counted as 3 people for taxation. So that's the reason why we have the Electoral College. We really need to get rid of the Electoral College, and the
Mhm.
president should be elected by popular vote. So
Yeah.
there's a little history, a little Black
Yeah.
history and United States history for you.
In case you didn't know what that 3/5 really meant, where do I find the link to join? Listen, did you try the one in the chat box? I just did copy link address. See if that'll let you in.
So I have a
No,
small
but
Black
hold
History.
on. The link that I gave to you all is the link you shared with her.
Yeah, I did copy link address from that one.
Okay.
So hopefully it should let you in.
All right.
That was good information, Dr. J. For those who might not know, what's going on. Probably never even heard of the term electoral college because
most people
they don't.
think they show up for the president vote, not even knowing that their vote don't even really count for president, but it count more for local elections and state elections. Like that's why we really have to learn about
Right.
why elections are important in our part in this whole process. And this was another thing that I want to do webinar Wednesdays. Starting in May, every Wednesday, I will teach a skill, whether it be Black history, how to make money, how to create videos. It will be
awesome.
A lot of different webinars. So if y'all have a webinar that you want to collaborate with me on, just let me know. And so I will share the flyer on next week. We'll have it
Sounds good. Awesome.
So also for Black History Fact, on this day, Sarah Boone received her patent for the ironing board.
Oh, okay.
I learned that on this day, April 26th. Sarah Boone, she received her patent for the iron board.
Oh, wow. Board. Listen, we created so much stuff. Listen, why would the white people create a iron board? They want ironing nothing.
You iron it for them.
Thank you.
Make it easier.
Right. They weren't picking cotton. Why would they create a cotton picker? Come on now.
God bless America.
Lord have mercy.
Nobody.
Oh my gosh.
Melissa, go to my page. I posted on my page so you can see it on my page.
She still can't get the link?
It's in the chat. But hey, I don't know.
The chat may be on your page though, so I'm not sure which one she's looking at.
Oh, okay.
So we got some juicy stories to get into today. So,
double fan.
Are those flags?
They double. I might need to grab mine. Is it gonna be real hot?
Wrap your fans. I think flags. Ooh, y'all say give Nancy New and Zach New 2 flags.
Can we get 2 flags? Oh my gosh.
Nancy knew and Zach knew that they stole that money. They knew.
They ain't the only ones that know.
Mother son plead guilty in Mississippi welfare fraud case. Listen, y'all, we gotta talk about this every week. Why, when something happened to how long did we talk about Will Smith? And that ain't taking no money out my
they're still talking about Will Smith.
How many people y'all see talking about Nancy New and her son coming up?
Yeah, it's so many people involved in that, and they're not the only ones that should go to jail.
I'm just now learning about it, even knowing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, it's been going on for a while.
Yeah, it's a few more people that need to go to jail too. What they gonna do with Brett? They gonna say he out of it? Brett need to go, and
all of them.
Carol Bryant's kin folks need to go.
Because guess what? If they were black people,
the whole crew would be gone.
You didn't even read the news story. You see them walking away in handcuffs.
And they would have got down there and taken a picture of them in the orange jumpsuit. Isn't that funny how the camera
You see how fast they went and picked up the black election commission lady.
Right.
They would have picked up fast, scrolled all her stuff outside her house in the front yard and
really?
All of that. Yeah, they had all of her, everything that supposedly was a part of excuse me, what she purchased with that.
Oh my goodness.
With that money, with those monies, they had it all spread out across her yard like a yard sale.
Oh, but they
loading up trucks, U-Haul trucks, like with the stuff, taking it away. They had just sitting out in the yard.
Wonder if they went to the new house like that.
I'm sure they did not.
Or if they did, they didn't put it out.
Well, I mean, it's history, to humiliate.
Yeah, media has always been
all about. Yeah.
it's always been unfair to us and
Yeah,
shown us in a negative,
it's that I told
stereotype.
you so syndrome. I told you so syndrome.
Right.
It's them syndrome.
And it's always as negatively as you can make Black people or people of color look, you will.
Absolutely.
One of the things I was telling my husband, I was like, it's amazing how it's always a crime story on the news about what happened in Jackson, as though crime does not happen in Brandon or Pearl or Madison, and it's happening out there. But it's really funny how it's hardly ever on the news. Maybe one little thing, and
The only way
that
only way that it's displayed out there if it's one of their guys supposedly a hero in the situation.
But we don't hear about all things going on with their kids who get stopped for driving drunk or having drugs or being disorderly, or the domestic fights that go on there and the assaults and all that. You don't hear about that, but it's like it's a purpose campaign. Yes, Jackson has crime, but so do other cities and areas. And again, the media is not being fair when it comes to reporting this. If you're not an inside connection, you won't know what's going on. I can say it's a couple of times I rode through Clinton, and it's police cars, 4 or 5 of them at a house. And I was like, that's interesting. But I never heard anything about it.
Why you think that is, Felicia?
Because again, they want to make our communities and us look as bad as possible, as though we are just, terrible people, the criminals, just to be feared, and to also pull people, I think, from the Jackson area too, because it affects the economy. And of course, it comes to money.
So let's not forget. See, this is why shows like this is so important, so that we can control our own narrative. So who owns WAPT? Who owns WLBT? Who owns these news sources?
Right.
Whoever own it, whoever own that pen, they got the power.
And don't live in Jackson. I said that about all these store owners. Oh, you make money in the Black community and pay your house note that's in Madison or Pearl or Brandon or Byron, but you don't live here.
So y'all, I want to come back to this story. I want to add Jacurny Phillips, also known as Kiki, to this conversation. She is live on set.
That's my Jackie.
Hey, they are filming in Vicksburg. Hey, Kiki.
Look, cosmetic to the stars.
I'm about to take you guys.
So, Kiki, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
So we're filming Grace Wins down here in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and so now they have the concert scene going on. So I'm about to walk in to show you guys the last 15 minutes left.
So y'all, we get a sneak peek.
Yes.
Only on a view from the set.
Walking in.
Only on a view from the set.
And so they also have gospel recording artist Kent Jones performing live.
So this movie is called Grace Wins, being filmed in Vicksburg. Where's Curtis? Curtis, busy.
And so that is Mr. Johnny, the director. Ron, say hello to a view from the field. Wave, you're on live. Yeah, tell them your job, your position, what you're doing.
Okay, well, today AC.
It's AC.
Pulling focus.
Pulling focus.
That is so cool. So cool.
And so the two in the front, the one in the yellow, I don't know if you guys see, she's one of the main characters. That's Angela, as well as the guy beside.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
So Kiki, tell them what you do on the film.
But you can't turn the camera on.
I don't think so.
That is so cool. Kiki. Wow.
So what are they getting ready?
Yeah, Mississippi coming up.
Face the audience.
That's the makeup artist to the stars, baby. Yes, Mississippi.
Yes, so Kiki is over the makeup
Okay, just
department
explain to
for the set, and this is her third movie.
You're doing it right now. Turn
There
it
we
right
go again. Let me
from
see.
the artist, not facing the audience. To get there.
They changed the scene around right now with the lighting and everything to get the audience reaction to Kent Jones. Now you guys can look Kent Jones up on. I got the volume turned down so they can't hear you guys. What did you say, Dot?
We appreciate you. I know you got to go. Thank you so much for that sneak peek. Tell them again what you do on set.
We got to do.
I know it's loud in her background, so she probably can't hear us that good.
Mr. Kent Jones, can you say hello to a brick from the field?
What up? What up?
Oh, wow. That is so cool. Wow.
Awesome.
That is so awesome. Well, thank you, Kiki.
Thank you, Jackie. Renee. Jackie. Yep, that's my baby.
She probably can't hear.
Yeah. You know, hey, she busy being movie makeup artist to the stars. Let her go be great.
All right. So we're gonna jump back into it.
So more people over here.
All righty.
So where were we?
We were talking about the fact that mother and that son is going to jail and pay the price that other people should be paying also. That's what we were talking about. Yes, she did it, but I'm sure it was some people that knew about it and other people that benefited from it. And shame on them for that.
Y'all remind me to show their picture every week.
Right. It ought to be something every week.
They need to make the docket every week.
The docket, okay, on the docket.
Yeah. You need a jumpsuit video. You won't get that, but if that was a black mother and her son, you would get a jumpsuit video. Yes, you would. That's the way it is. It's unfair. It is biased when it comes to reporting what's going on in our communities and what's going on with us. And so, you know, that's why you can't be quiet. You have, like you said, you have to have platforms like this so that you can inform people who may not know, and that you can motivate people who may not think it's important or at the point that they don't care. Because at any second, minute, day, or hour, it could be you.
Yes,
you and your son. You know, so yeah. So need to make sure everybody's aware.
And you know, people find themselves in situations.
Yep.
But to steal from poor people,
the poor.
These things were for people who were citizens of Mississippi who really needed these funds, and they stole this and denied people who needed these funds they can cover their tracks.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna continue on them, so we're gonna do some research and come back and just detail how much money they stole. So,
and we need to find out how much they dispersed out to other people too.
Oh, Phil, the boy Phil is caught up in this too. So,
yeah, you definitely need to. Oh, okay. That's a two flag story.
I got you saying flag too.
Comment like it's hot, Jay. That's a hot topic. Pop it like it's hot. There it is. I love it.
Listen, listen. I'm finna give you something to pop your fan to. So tell us about this story. I know you got the goods, Felicia. What's up with them text messages?
First of all, let me say, if they do not go ahead and arrest this Mark Meadows, I mean, I don't understand it. They've already charged him with contempt of Congress. The House voted on it, but they won't arrest him. And who do you think is stupid enough not to realize that the messages he sent you, they already said he selectively sent this January 6th committee text messages. These two out of these 2,319, he selectively sent them to him. So isn't that something? Talk about privilege. You commit a crime knowingly, it's obvious, and you get to decide what evidence we give you when we're trying to decide what further action we need to take against you. You know, it's interesting how these representatives were texting him and reaching out to him and telling him things about this crazy scheme that Trump had going on, making people believe something had happened with this election. You know, and you got people reaching out to him. You know, some people are saying, tell him to stop this. You know, you can talk to him or whatever. Apparently, you had a great influence and you had knowledge of this. You know, and then there are places where Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think that's her name, is sending him text messages also. But it's so convenient how in those text messages you see her comments, but they're saying they show no response from him. Well, if you let me go through and screen my text messages, you might not see responses from me either.
But this is the government, though. Felicia, they can go straight to AT&T, Verizon, whoever.
You would think so. You would think so, but they allowed you to do this and do this way, and you know, you and the person that stirred all this up and caused all this mess, y'all just gonna be on the golf course playing golf. But somebody's gonna end up paying the price for that, and it probably won't be Mark Meadows, and it definitely doesn't seem like it's gonna be Donald Trump. You know, the Republican lawmakers, man, they're out of control. And to think that you could do something like this and have people that are telling you also on the other end, you know, push this, encourage it, you know, let them do this. Or I think it's some Antifa that's in the group too. For them to reach out to him, that's their point of contact. You know for definite this person knows what's going on and apparently really is supporting it. And so, I mean, let me just send you what I want you to have out of my text messages. So that way I might incriminate somebody else, but I won't incriminate me. Total disrespect, just disrespect. It's shameful to our government, how they're handling this. Even now, you know, it's almost like some people have died down talking about January 6th. But if that had been the Watts riots all over again, it'd have been on television all day, all night, covered all week, all month. And every month you have a line of people being arrested for and going to court.
I.e. the Will Smith situation.
Okay. Now, so he just, you know, when you know that you can get away with this kind of stuff, I'm sure he's sleeping good. He is not sweating about it at all because they let him choose what text messages to send. Who does that?
Well,
They do.
I was about to say we do. The great state.
They allow it.
Yeah, did y'all hear about this 3-month-old baby that they found that was kidnapped, and they actually found the baby?
That's the one that they took out of grandma's shopping cart. Oh yeah.
Well, you know, when I heard the story too, that's what I first pictured in my head, because they said she was just finishing shopping.
Taking the
but she made it home. So she was taking the groceries from her car to the apartment.
They followed her.
And in that 2 minutes that she left the child in the house to get something from the car, somebody took the baby just that quick.
Yeah.
And somebody saw somebody walking with a carrier. But they do have 3 people in custody. I can't wait to hear more about this story.
Baby,
they just snatched the baby out the home
while she was unloading the groceries.
From a grandmama. Yep.
And just, I mean, imagine having to be the grandmother to make that phone call and say, somebody took the baby.
Ooh, baby, imagine his mama.
That's what I'm saying. And for you to say, what you mean somebody took the baby? That's unbelievable just to hear. So they had to be carefully watching her to walk up on her to just snatch that baby and run with it like that. I pray that they find that baby okay. That's a nightmare. To think about it is a nightmare.
Jay, why do you folk want babies? Want other folk babies anyway?
I just,
Listen,
So
I
it's
barely want my
crazy.
own. I damn sure don't want yours.
They're they sell some. They're probably selling them to somebody. Look, some parent wants a child, and you do your black market adoption stuff. Yeah, or
so maybe there's some affiliation, maybe from family member or something. Maybe
you better
that.
The
hope
people
so.
had it wasn't a father in it. Whoever these people were wasn't related to the child.
That is a nightmare. I mean, you can't. There ain't no sleep.
Yeah, maybe they know the father, know the mother, or something. There's some kind of, payment.
It's a joke. It's a prank. Mm-mm.
No, not prank. Sometimes people,
they're hired to do things. Maybe
Yeah.
somebody was paid to take.
maybe
Well-
so, or maybe I'll get you this way, or
So listen, y'all.
Why are you
Listen,
so
let me ask you this. Jay, what would you do if you saw people in your house that were armed trying to rob you? What would you do?
shoot the shit. I mean, oh,
Yeah, well, just make it plain. Just pop your fan and say it behind the fan.
Yeah,
Say it
well,
behind
you
the fan.
made it.
Say it behind the fan. Hey, listen.
I don't mean to use that type of language, but
I like it.
When you're passionate
I would lock my doors.
and beat the brakes off of them.
I would, baby.
Call
Unidentified.
911.
You will not be able to identify those that do not live at this residence.
So, Melissa, I asked them, what would you do if intruders enter your house? What would you do?
What would I do if intruders entered my house?
She probably
Yes.
got a bat. She probably got a bat.
Well, if
Say it, listen. She can't even get it out.
Go on, say it, Melissa.
What you do, Melissa?
okay, am I here? Y'all see me?
Yes.
Yeah, we see
I think I'm on a delay.
We can see you. We can hear you.
Delay?
I think she having some technical problems.
Well, knowing Melissa, let
She
me say
froze
she probably got a bat in her house. She probably used knowing Melissa.
But
She has a bat or a
intruder
trap.
had a gun, and they actually shot at the woman. She closed herself in the bathroom, and the bullets went. They was lodged in the door, and luckily she had an old home, so the
That
bullets
is-
didn't go through.
The
Oh,
audacity.
yeah.
The
I'm be at
audacity.
home doing drills like I'm in, baby. Like it's walk up if you want to, baby.
Right,
I got a
'cause-
drill for you.
Right, because if everybody's in my house and in their bed and you don't have a bed in here, I'm not even asking no questions. I don't even have time for that. It's not even be a split
It's
second.
no need for a discussion.
Mm-mm.
I'm like the baby. I just shot him. Come get him.
Come get him. Look here, y'all need to call his mom and tell him her baby and
There's
him
no
on my
need
carpet.
for a discussion.
He is on my
What am I
carpet and he is
discussing?
gone to glory. Where he at? Gone to glory.
Stand your ground.
Oh, right. Well,
It
you know,
was-
how-
what is it,
Damn,
the old
stand your
castle?
ground.
What is
you
the
know how
old
they go for
castle?
us. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, he was in my house. Half his feet will be at the door, but the rest of him will be in my
Okay.
hallway.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
not
back.
doing no
Okay,
explaining.
listen.
What you do,
Okay.
Melissa?
Well, I have a friend, and her name is Little Lisa,
Mm-mm.
and Rudy, who is my father, made sure that I was a good shot.
Hmm.
Come in.
I heard
You can come in 131 if you want to. You can come in.
Straight in the navel.
You can come in.
That's
No, not the
Come in.
navel. My
What they say? You gonna walk over, but you gonna limp back.
Straight in the
Oh,
she said the
Rudy
neck.
told me go.
You're gonna be like this.
Rudy told me go to the cross. He told me go to the cross.
Ooh.
Straight right here.
Here or here.
Ooh. Cut it.
Go to the
off.
cross. to the cross.
I want you out of here.
It's over.
That's terrible. And then what's crazy is the person doing this, you don't bother to think that this homeowner might want to protect themselves. And so when you step through that door, you put yourself in a situation where you think it's gonna be them, but it just may be you.
Right.
And
you ain't got no policy.
That's what I
But
think
did
about
y'all
all the
hear-
time. Do you think or do you realize that you have no idea what this
might
person or who is even in this home? You know, even
Right.
if you have set up and
Just
tried
'cause
to
you don't
plot
see the
something on
cars.
somebody been watching, you
Right.
still may not know what could be the, you know what I'm saying?
Right, who
Inevitable.
could be in that home.
So
That's
the
right.
inevitable. So
That's right.
And some
In the
people
state of-
don't even care. These people don't even have no type of regard for life. They don't
care.
love themselves. How can they
In the
love
state-
somebody else?
In the state of Florida, if somebody were to break in my home, and I lived in Florida, if they are coming through the window and I shoot them, do you know the family, if they don't die, which he's going to if I shoot him, but
Right.
the family of the guy that's breaking in my house, who is 50 in and 50 out, if I shoot and kill him, the family can sue me.
That's Florida. Sound like it.
In the state of Florida, the intruder has to be all the way inside your home in order for
Pull
you
him
to take
on
them
in there,
out.
baby. Pull him on in. Clean up the blood trail.
Oh, I can wait a minute. I can wait a minute.
Dr. J said, I can wait a few minutes.
Oh, he get that other leg on over.
Wait a minute. Be right back.
I'm gonna be hiding. I'm gonna be hiding in the dark.
I help him in. I help him in.
Be hiding in the
That's
dark
it.
in the cut somewhere, waiting for that last little bit of you.
I ain't helping. I ain't going
Jay.
close. I ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
That is
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
That it's almost like if you're the victim, you know how people say, I'm the victim, but I feel like I have no rights. It's as though the wrong was done.
Well,
to this
I
person.
think that it's what's unfair to me is that you're not a victim until the last
dead.
moment, if that makes sense, or until it has
Yeah.
happened.
You know
Then you're
what?
a victim.
Since you said that, you made me think of this story. Did y'all watch Megan and Gail?
I did not.
Yes.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh,
Megan.
she did the interview. You want to talk about it, Jay? What did she say? What did she say in the interview?
You still mad about that bullet?
So, the Megan and Gail interview was a bit emotional. I believe Megan.
Yep.
I do believe Megan. However, I understood the fact. I understood what she was.
So
Coming
tell them what she said in the interview. For people who haven't seen the interview, tell them what she explained.
So basically, Megan said in the interview that one, she was still grieving from her mom, from the death of her mom. So she was just the friends and stuff that was around her was friends that she had accepted into her space because she was, just looking for that family support because she had no one else because her mom had passed and her dad had passed when she was 15 years old, and there had always been three of them. Well, in counting those friends, they were at Kylie Jenner's party or gathering, pool party, whatever, and she said they had a good time, but she had been there all day and she was ready to leave, ready to go. So the friends that she were with was not quite ready to go. So upon them leaving, an argument breaks out that had nothing to even do with her. She said the argument, she wasn't even a part of the original argument, but the argument was so bad, she had the driver of one of the friends, the rapper guy, I can't think of his name, that did the show.
Tory Lanez.
Yeah, Tory Lanez had his driver to pull over, and she gets out. She said she got out of the car, but her friend Kelsey kept, saying, "No, Megan, get back in the car, get back in the car. We almost there." So she gets back in the car. Well, then once she gets back in the car, the argument transitions. So now the argument is with everyone because she was ready to go and they were not ready to go. And So she gets back out the car, and she said all she could remember at that point was him yelling, saying, "Dance, B, dance, B, dance, B," and gunshots fired. She said she was in such shock that she didn't even realize that she was initially hit.
I'm sure.
And she said she happened to look down at her feet and was like, blood and stuff was everywhere. And she was like, what in the world is going on? What is happening? And she said she was just so afraid to move. But then he began to apologize, saying he was sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't try to. And he told them that he would pay them $1 million to not say anything, not let anybody know X, Y, Z. Well, let's go on record and say that none of them received, accepted the bribe. But before they could say anything or get some help, someone had already obviously called the police. So they're in LA, so police just swarms around everywhere. She became even more afraid that all she could think of is somebody's gonna die. They're gonna shoot somebody. They're gonna shoot somebody. It's a hot gun in the car,
and it was right after George Floyd.
Right after George.
So tensions are high already.
Right. So in her mind, she's as the police. She said the police was yelling, "Get on the ground," and hands up, and say as they asked what happened to her, what happened, she just told them that she stepped on glass. She stepped on a bunch of glass, and so but I want to put a pin right there.
What?
As law enforcement, as you
trained law enforcement,
as you approach a scene or incident, and as you approach this incident, and a person is bloody, and they happen to tell you, "Oh, I just stepped on glass. I stepped on glass." Do you not, in that moment, in your protect and serve from your swear-in, do you not? Does that person not become a person of, like, I ain't gonna say responsibility, but
concern and focus for you?
Could you not get to this person and notice and see clearly you have not stepped on no glass?
Right.
Well, she probably had so much blood that they couldn't see the hole. But when she made it to the hospital, the doctor.
Well, the doctors made the report, and she said in the interview that the doctor came in the room right when the police finished documenting the report. She said, though, she kept that she stepped on glass because she was so terrified that they would start throwing guns and all of this. If she said, "Oh, I've been shot," or somebody shot me, that type of thing. And I understand that, but I don't know what I would have done in that headspace at that moment. I could say what I would have done, but I don't. We really don't know,
right?
Unless we're in that moment. And I feel for her for what she was thinking and how she truly had felt. However, I do believe, no excuse for him, I don't believe he intended on a bully hitting her, but that is what happens,
right?
When you acting a fool,
right?
When you showing out and you acting a fool, and I do believe you have to pay for your actions. I do believe it, but I don't believe his intentions were to shoot her.
Listen,
but if he pulled the trigger, he meant to shoot her.
When you put your finger on that trigger and point at somebody, you intend to shoot him.
Right.
So this is why
at her and say, "Dance, bitch."
But this is why I say that. This is why I say
the intent is there.
Well, we can disagree, but this is why I say that. I said because if he, in my opinion, if he wanted to shoot her, he could have shot her. But he said, I feel like he was saying, dance, B, pop, shooting at the ground, messing with the girl. But you can't do that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right, but I do not believe.
Okay, Jay. So listen, my issue was,
I don't think he intended to shoot her in her foot. One no
and,
bullet.
and what Felicia
He
said,
pulled the trigger.
He was shooting at the
this
ground.
girl was shot. And the people on the internet talking about she wasn't shot, she stepped on glass, they don't believe her, and they sided
Oh
with
no,
him.
she was shot. She was
And
definitely
he
shot.
is going on with the lie that he didn't shoot her.
She definitely was
Why would
shot.
he do that? And why would these people on the internet shame the victim?
That's
Well, I don't
Again.
agree with that.
That happens in a lot of cases, though.
Yeah,
That
the
happens
victim is
in a
shamed
lot of cases. This is
I
not
don't
just.
agree with that.
This happens to rape victims. This happens to
Absolutely.
Yep.
victims of abuse. This happens to, I mean, you see it a lot on college campuses. Something happens, they're afraid to say something. This is not just an
Because they're gonna
isolated
turn on
issue.
them.
This happens
No,
over and over and over again.
Over and over
Yeah.
again. Over and over
Mhm.
again. I just the nature of it, listening to the story and the nature of their friendships, the nature of how it all took place and happened, the actual argument. I don't believe that his intent was to literally shoot her, but it happened. He shouldn't have pulled the gun at all. I don't agree with that. He was wrong for pulling that gun. He was wrong for pointing it. He was wrong for pulling the trigger. But I don't think his intent was to literally hit her with a bullet.
And then he done got his long neck ass on his internet, and then got these people bullying her, and they ain't gonna lie like he was having an affair with her and her friend. Just lying.
And even if he was,
No,
consequence
no, no.
out action, you pull that
I
trigger
don't
knowing a
none-
bullet was
to
gonna
me,
come out.
None of that even mattered because even when Gail asked her about the sexual relationship, she couldn't answer that head on. So I don't even. I don't
Right,
care.
whether they were doing it or
They
not.
probably
Maybe
No,
they
was
mad
no,
at her.
no. Listen,
irrelevant.
when she said, "Do y'all have an intimate relationship?"
That's
she didn't
irrelevant.
know if she meant sexual, because you can be intimate and not
Right.
sexual.
I have
Absolutely.
Let me clarify
That's
that.
why, and that's why for me, none of that even matters. Only thing that really matters is you was playing like you was gonna shoot this girl and you literally hit her with a bullet. So you need to pay. You have to pay.
Right,
You
right.
have to pay for this. You
So
committed
what
a
y'all
crime.
think? What y'all think?
I think she was double traumatized. You have the fact that he shot her in the toe, and hey, if that's somebody that you consider a friend that's in your circle, you trust. First of all, I can't believe that you did this. Secondly, she's traumatized by the fact that, oh my God, somebody called the police and we got a gun here. And even though he shot me, kill him, and I do not want him to kill him or me. So the police is traumatizing enough. So she is definitely traumatized, and he needs to pay for what he did, whether it was intentional or not. You pull the trigger of a gun and you pull that trigger and shot her. And fortunately that she didn't die. I think when he said I'm sorry, he realized, oh my God, what did I
Right.
do?
He because he didn't mean to. I don't think he meant to. But
Well,
you
you
gotta
pull
pay
the
for your
trigger, you
action.
mean for the bullet to come out.
Gotta pay
It's
for
gonna
your
go
action.
somewhere.
If you
Stop
put your
playing.
finger, I've taken several gun classes, and they always say, "Don't put your finger on that trigger unless you're ready to pull it."
That's
The
right.
fact that he put his finger on that trigger and pulled it,
He meant to pull it,
he meant it.
That's
So,
you know.
what you think,
yeah,
Melissa?
that's just like a drunk driver. It's just like a drunk driver getting behind the wheel and you hit somebody and kill a whole
Wow.
family.
You were
Well, I didn't
responsible.
intend to. You didn't intend
Right.
to, but your ass got behind that wheel and you knew you weren't able to drive, and so now you have to pay. That's just it.
That's just it.
Long neck ass.
And now she's got to deal with trauma from social media. Think about that. She's traumatized by the bullet, traumatized by the presence of the police, and the possibility of somebody dying or getting killed.
Traumatized
And
by
then I
losing
have
her
to
mom.
deal with the mean people on social media and the nerve of you to attack me and say, first of all, that what I said is not valid and not real.
Right.
And so that just piles on top of it. You know, she's trying to tell her story.
So
But
we
yeah.
also have to take accountability. Well, we don't, but she also has to take accountability for that. Because
In what way?
For what?
In what way?
Say it
Because
again. I missed what you said. She got to take accountability for what?
for
Yeah,
saying
Jason.
that she stepped on glass and for people not believing her. So that's something you can't fight because you admittedly in this interview, you said, I stuck with that lie. She said, although once the report came that I was shot, she said, but I stuck with the lie that I had stepped on glass for the police, even in the hospital. At the hospital, I stuck with that story with them. So the fact that people got a whiff of that, she has to take accountability for that. No, it's not right that they want to pound on her, but at the same time, you said it out of your mouth. So you can't fault people for wanting to roll with what you said at first. And
so they're saying she's inconsistent, and so they want to chew her out for that.
It's not right.
It's a group of black men mainly that online that attack women. I don't care what happened, they never side with them. They always downing them, and we're really gonna have to dive deep and have a conversation about this toxic masculine energy that's out here in the universe.
Misogynistic energy.
And it's almost,
and they're disrespectful. They're so disrespectful. It's horrible the things that they say now to women and the names that they call them in public and openly. So she has to deal with all of that. And then,
which is so sad and disheartening. That is so sad.
And she's still fighting. She's still fighting.
But you know what's so sad about it? Gonna be fighting. That's the sad part.
Yeah. But I hope that he is held accountable for it and has to at least pay her, and again, saying I'm sorry, you knew right then and you recognized I messed up. And this could go either way. So it takes
I have 2 more stories I want to cover before we leave. And we're almost out of time. So we're going to do this real quickly. So Chris Rock mom said that Will Smith slapped all of us. Do y'all feel like Will Smith slapped all of us?
Oh, you hit mine. You hit mine.
Oh mercy.
You hit mine.
Let us pray. Let us. I think as a mom, you'll feel that way.
If you hit mine, we're coming about 12 deep because half of mine are grown, and they have, they have mates now and significant others, and then we got aunties and uncles and best friends. If you hit one of mine,
she'll get to them before they do.
It'll be slow. It'll be slow singing and flower bringing at some point during
wait a minute.
The process.
It's gonna be what?
If you hit mine,
let me rewind it. Say it again.
If you hit mine at some point during the process, it's gonna be slow singing and flower bringing. That's that.
She meant what she said.
That's right.
As my daddy used to say, because they gonna get the DNA dusted off that ass.
Listen.
What?
Make it plain.
You're not surprised. You're not surprised, Brookins. You are not surprised.
When you look at it from a mother's standpoint, you can understand. You look at it from a wife's standpoint, you also understand. You know what I'm saying? It depends on who
because it hurt us all.
Yep, because everybody was hurt.
Was hurt by looking at that. You like, oh my God, did he really just?
Did y'all see the look on Chris Rock's face?
Yeah,
so they did a slow-mo of the video, and somebody like walked up to him, and he did like this.
Yep, I saw that.
In that moment, my heart broke for him.
Yep,
my heart broke for him.
He didn't know what to do, but I commend him for the way he just kept going. With it. It was hard. That had to be difficult. You don't know what to do in that moment. But he tried to maintain the best decent face he could and go forward. Yeah. But as a mama, you hit mine, baby, and I can get to you. I don't even care if these nails been done.
It would have been a longer break. It would have been a longer commercial break. It'd have been a longer commercial break.
Cause y'all have been
had I been there and my child was hosting. I don't give a damn what they said. You're not fixing to walk up to them and slap the slob out their mouth. You're not.
And you mess with mine. What they say on TikTok? I'm a dog walk you.
Y'all remember that Ricky Smiley tape when the lady said, "I'm gonna whoop every ass up there."
Yeah. See, that's mama. Y'all know that's what our grandmama say. Our mama and grandmama. Everyone up in here.
Head gonna be rolling between the tub and the toilet.
Right.
Well, you know, I shared this story in our group because it's definitely one I wanted to talk about.
Mhm.
I listened to the mother's interview. I watched the incident. I've been kind of following along with everything. And for me, his mother's interview is an example to me of playing the victim. Now, hold on, let me finish my point now. I let y'all rattle on about it now. It's my turn. So now I say that in saying this. If his mother can sit in an interview and say, that slap to my child was a slap for me, Jada mother can sit in the same interview and say, that humiliation of my daughter is humiliating to me.
And she would be right.
Hold
because both
on.
parties.
The only difference in those cases is that somebody physically assaulted Jada's bully at that moment. That's the only difference, in my opinion. Was that correct or right? It's not for me to say, because nobody can tell a person how to react. Nobody knows how they are going to react in certain instances and moments. At that moment, that may have been his mentality. Should he pay, or should there be consequences? Of course. For every action, there is what?
An equal and opposite reaction.
Opposite reaction.
Absolutely.
So we all agree that
New third law of motion. I posted that today.
In certain instances like this, there is no victim. You played a part, they played a part. So
and both family members are hurt by it. And
that slap you, mom, and the rest of the family and friends and fans. That humiliation humiliated her husband, her mom, her family.
Great point, Jay.
And other women. So I'm not buying that mama crying because your child got their mouth slapped off. My mama used to tell me all the time. Wait a minute. My mom used to tell me all the time. Whatever you act up at,
that's where you getting it at, on the spot.
So guess what?
They call it on the spot, on site now.
On site.
That's where you got your ass slapped at.
That's what they call it now. But back then,
this and that. Chris should have waited.
But now I will say this: my grandmama, let alone my mama, wouldn't have let him slap me.
And that's what I'm saying. That's just like you said that, you know, Jada's parents, her mom and her family are hurt and devastated too. Both families. It's just like when something happens to someone or someone dies and someone killed that person. You know, you want to be angry just thinking about the person. You're angry with the person that did it. Then you have no sympathy for their family, but that family is devastated by their actions too, even though they didn't do it.
There's no winners.
If I kill you, my family is going to be devastated by it, but I know that your parents or your family is going to be devastated also. So it does go both ways.
I want to say one other thing too, and I may be wrong, and it may even hurt my chances of ever receiving one.
Oh,
but damn, an Oscar and an Academy Award.
Do it right, Jay.
What is it?
Do it right.
What does it mean? Make you one. You can make your own. You can call and order you one. Your own. Put your own name on. Hey, your own award
you
show.
go to Party City and get one.
Honor yourself.
Yeah. Once you stop needing approval from other people, you start living.
Both families are devastated by it.
Y'all, I thought this last story was so powerful. I saved the best for last. Oh, I just had.
Oh, honey, what you say?
Baby. Hey, baby. Hey,
what
baby.
Say it.
Wow.
Harvard creates fund to redress its ties to slavery.
Hats off.
Give me my reparations. Pay us what you owe us.
I didn't hear.
And I think it's time. It's been past time for them to do something about the situation they created. What we see in America, the achievement gap, the wealth
Economic
gap,
gap, education.
it was created by racism, by slavery, and if we don't do anything about it, it's not going to go away.
Yeah.
And so they're going to have to put a monetary figure on it, just like they did for the Holocaust, just like they did for the people in Hiroshima that they bombed. Every group that they have mistreated, they have provided some type of reparations.
And used for free
The
labor.
Native
Well, you know,
Americans, did y'all know that the Native Americans don't pay taxes? They stay on the reservations and they got everything they need. They don't pay nothing, and they can make their money from these casinos, and they get to keep it all. Reparations.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm gonna tell y'all, and I
we don't need it. What you say, Melissa?
and I, you know, and Brookins is gonna understand when I say this, just because we've been almost 20 years now, Brookins, because Kobe's 19. But
23. Yeah.
with the Caucasian community, their belief
Caucus.
system is if we don't talk about it, it didn't happen. That is how they
happen. Yeah.
If we don't talk about it, it just didn't happen. It didn't happen. So we're not going to keep revisiting the situation. That's how the Caucasian mentality is. If we just stay quiet and don't say anything, maybe the problem will go away. That is their mind. That's their mindset. That's how they operate. So,
yeah, she's right, because look at the CRT. Look at the other stuff that they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. You know, we just and so I applaud them for that effort and for that step forward to do that, because trust and believe, I'm sure they know they spend many hours and days and months and weeks talking about that and the consequences that may come forward. But hey, as Martin Luther King said, if you don't stand for something, you know, you'll fall for anything. You got to stand for something and be willing to even give your life for it. So for them to even do that, I'm sure if they haven't already gotten threats, they will. But you know, you got to do what is right. And no matter how much you don't talk about something, that doesn't change the fact that it is the truth. It is a fact, and it happened. And if you don't want to tell it, we have to encourage people to tell it themselves, our community and other people to tell it, because this is the right thing to do. So,
you know, we always, I don't understand society. So the teachers tell the students don't lie, the police tell the students don't lie, but the police lie to suspects to get them caught up. Teachers lie, other people, grown people lie, like, and they shame the whistleblowers who tell the truth. Like, help it make sense.
Yeah. Because people don't want to feel uncomfortable, you know, and a lot of times they point the finger at us and say, well, why are you making this about race? A guy on LinkedIn made a similar comment to that the other day, you know, why is this about race? Why can't we just say this woman won? I said, well, yeah, why is it about race? Why has it always been about race? I always say we didn't start this fire. You can blame your ancestors for that. Don't blame us.
Yeah.
We didn't
well,
start
when you have,
but
when you have somebody like Trump that was put into office, and then
put it back,
and then the fact that he gives the Caucasian community, they feel like they have the right to say whatever, whenever,
and do whatever.
That it doesn't happen in my house. You know, I'm not going to tolerate it, Felicia, at all. At all. I don't give a damn about nothing. We can all get booked and processed. I'm not gonna let it happen.
You know,
I'm not gonna let it happen.
We need allies to stand up, speak up, and show up. Come on, Melissa.
That's what we gotta do.
Well, all of my children on their birth certificate, they are African American, and you can ask Felicia. I have taught my children the best and the worst of both worlds. I've had to educate them about both sides, everything. And so I don't make any excuses. I make no excuses at all. I don't understand racism. I absolutely don't condone it. But what you're not going to do is just look at my skin tone and feel like that I believe what you believe just because we have the same skin tone.
Right.
I will throw your wig back. I will hurt your feelings and the feelings of all your ancestors about 5 generations back. So do not try me. Do not try me.
Look at
Do not try listen.
But at least look, Brookins will get online. If I post something on Facebook, Brookins will get on there and say, "Why did y'all wake Rudy? Because I am my father's child."
Listen, you know what they say for the white racist women? They call them Karen. So now we got some Melissas, baby.
Oh
Yeah.
well, no.
Yeah, you got-
No. Here's the thing.
Shut up.
My government name is Melissa, but my inside soul, her name is Keisha. And
Okay,
if you
animal.
call Keisha
Okay, Keisha.
Spirit
up
animal.
and out,
Lakiki.
Yeah.
Wow. So learn
Yeah.
something new every day. Anybody else
Yeah.
got any more thoughts that they would like to share before we move to final
No.
thoughts?
No.
I could do a praise break real quick, just a real quick praise break.
Okay.
I have one graduating from college, I have one graduating from high school, and I have one graduating from middle school.
Woo, woo.
All in the next
Same.
all in the next 3 weeks.
Wow.
And
Wow.
That's a lot of celebrating gifts.
we've got Southern, which is Brookins'
My Cam.
alma
my
mater,
almost-
Cameron,
okay,
her
okay.
Oh,
her chocolate baby, and then we got one from Callaway and one from Northwest Middle School. So
wow.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Mhm.
That's
So you live in Jackson, Melissa?
absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
cool. I
Yeah.
learned something new. I didn't know that all your kids black.
They absolutely are.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I knew in the fifth grade
What she
that my
like?
babies were not gonna be of the clear.
That girl said I knew in the 5th grade.
Sure did. I knew in the 5th grade, and I have a home right here in Presidential Hills.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm
Melissa.
from here. I'm from this area. I'm from here, so. Mhm.
So Melissa, give us your final thoughts. What powerful, empowering words would you like to leave the people?
Whew, say what you got to say. Say it in the moment. Say it right then. Don't walk away and anybody have any doubt about how you feel about anything. Say it. Say it with your chest. Say it loud. Say it loud. Say it proud. Stand on it. Be able to repeat it if somebody comes to you with it.
Nothing like a clear understanding, huh, Melissa?
Yes, ma'am. Swarovski
All
crystal
right.
clear, as I like to say.
I heard that. Say it loud. Okay, what you got, Jay? Final
Well,
thought.
my final thought is, as usual, love and be loved. And I just also want to send a shout out real quick to Queendom Come by let me back up. Let me back that up before I say that. Send a shout out to Life Inc., which is love inside for everyone, where I am a non-medical case manager at Life Inc. And coming the weekend of June 9th through the 12th is going to be a spectacular weekend. We will be celebrating 15 years of really community advocacy and everything that we do in the community. So if you're not doing anything that week, check out the flyers. Check me out on Facebook. We'll have the Walk of a Million Faces that Saturday, June 11th. That will go through Fondren and lead to Fondren Park, where we will have family food and fun in our summer picnic and health fair. So check that out. We're also accepting vendors. On that Friday and Saturday, we will have a competition on both nights. So if you're not doing anything, you like pageantry and you like competitions, we have that going on as well. Also, I want to send a shout out to Hawthorne LLC. They're having an open casting call on this Saturday, starting at 2:00, and they are seeking African American female actresses for an upcoming stage production And yours truly have been assigned the position of director. So
Jay.
I will be
Let's put my flag on that, baby.
I will be directing this production. So I'm really excited, and I think I know it's gonna be great because the writing is extremely powerful, and so I'm gonna do my best to bring out each and every word.
Wow.
Awesome.
So Felicia got a play coming too. Tell us a little bit.
Yes.
about
So
Felicia.
yeah, I'm still posting 4 auditions. The next audition is going to be May the 2nd. May the 1st, I'm sorry, May the 1st, then May the 2nd, and May the 5th. And so it's a gospel stage play called The Brownie. And I have a lot of positions that I need to fill for that. I'm set to debut in August of this year. So if you know anyone that is actor or actresses, they may want to be involved in the stage play, please direct them to my page and I can take it from there. And I guess I would say for my last final words also would be that dreams don't work unless you do.
I heard that.
So don't just sit there every day and think about something that you want to do and then not try to do it just because you say, well, I don't really know where to start. Just start, even if it means researching it first. Do that. Because again, dreams don't work unless you do.
I heard that. Yes, indeed. So my final thoughts. Well, I have a flyer that I would like to share, and I set a goal to do more flyers, just put more positive, educational, empowering content out. And so, people that want to book a speaker, people who need a motivational speaker, definitely book Dr. J. I am available for speaking engagements, coaching. Like I said, motivational speaking, and you can visit my page, inbox me, call me to book me. And I just want to remind people to live your dreams. Life is too short not to be doing what you was created to do. So no matter what it is, no matter who don't support you, just do it. I am living my dreams, you guys. I dream about what I'm actually doing right now. And so, I'm actually in Wyoming right now. I get I get paid to travel the world, and I absolutely love it.
I love seeing it.
Thank you so much. So do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life.
I heard that. That's right.
Y'all, that's it. That's the show. Now
Good evening.
I had fun. Thank y'all for letting me join.
Thank you for joining us, Melissa.
Y'all know I get I told my children, don't come in here with the mess because I'm busy for the next hour.
So thank you all for watching. We appreciate you, and thank you for joining us, Melissa.
Yes,
thank y'all for having me.
Thank y'all. We want to shout out to our sponsors.
To stay informed about what's happening right here in Jackson, Mississippi, keep